Just wanted to do some astrology. I'm glad I didn't put that last video down that I thought I would put on Monday. This is closer to the Monday, so I have a chance to kind of thumb through these videos that I'm putting up ahead during a time when, well, Mars is square Chiron or something like this, and Black Moon Lilith, and it kind of sent me through a ringer, but I'm okay. I think love will last, that's for sure, but I want to do some astrology. Talk about that Venus is in a Mars ruled sign in Aries, and that's a very aggressive Venus. And see, because it's Mars ruled, we look at Mars, and Mars is in Cancer, which is not able to be very productive there. It's kind of like tending to its band aids or something, but it's kind of ripping off band aids. It wants to rip the band aids off, but really it's more like it's being super protective of the healing that needs to go on. If it needs to go on, it's going to be experiencing an aggressive movement because it's Mars and Cancer. It's hard to explain, and so, well, we're going to have, let alone that Mars going retrograde makes the drive even weaker. We have Venus that is going to kind of mildly square Mars as it goes further into Aries here. But the main thing though is the full moon in Leo. It's at 24 degrees, and I, off the top of my head, I could think of some people I know that have the late degree um, fixed signs, which is the Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Well, it's also, see, it's not just any moon. It's a very auspicious moon, if you ask me. It's a Leo is at 24 degrees, the moon, square to Uranus in Taurus. So it's kind of what I wanted to talk about because it happens on the 12th here in this week's astrology anyway. And yeah, Venus going into further into uh, Aries very slowly but surely. It's beautiful. It passes over my ascendant and it affecting everybody's love life really, but for me, for the Aries people, particularly for my rising sign, it affects our love life. You know, it's kind of looking like it. So um, it goes retrograde. It's going to experience a retrograde right before. See, it's almost about to square Mars, which is a horrible square, by the way. I don't know how that could be, but boy, they need to get away from each other, which that's what happens. Venus starts to go retrograde, and that's later on in March, right there on the second, and then it starts to make its trek back into Pisces, which is interesting because it it trines, it conjuncts Pisces again and the North Node, which is it's very hard to tell what that aspect's all about, but I say it's a time of it's a very condensed or intensified version of the feminine that's in the air anyway, and with the North Node there, I think it's like a goal oriented thing, but Mars by then is going to be going forward. Um, but let's get back to the week ahead with the full moon here in Leo. Leo rules like the Hollywood scene over there and romance and children in our life and entertainment. I want to talk about the stage, like the ego, the character. Entertainment comes into mind big time. See, we spend a lot on entertainment, right? And Leos love their entertaining places of entertainment. And the so um, it's square to Uranus, which is in Taurus, which is asking. It's a very awkward place for Uranus to be in because it's pointing at our financing and that has been kind of jostled around now all around the globe, right? We experience financial, um, the financial institution and how what's going on there, what we need to do there, or what if we ever know what to do. The main thing is reorientating ourselves to what's valuable. See, it's really up in the air right now. There's something strange to really notice about the economy and who has money and who doesn't and stuff. And see, the Uranus and Taurus kind of gives an alert and tries to change, knows the word change, all of that. It's been making us scale down, it's been making us see what is valuable, what do we spend our money on, how do we make our money. Really, it's really shifting into who are we as people, what do we have in our lives that, particularly relationships, particularly. That's what's really going to create value, true value, right? And even like say, what do we share in between ourselves? And it could be that we do things that we really need, like farming and stuff. It's very centralized anymore, right? So it's a big issue coming up. It's been the call to go back to the earth and listen. So my point is, it's the full moon is going to square that strain that's already been in the air for the past 7 years at least. Well, it's heading on to 7 years, I guess. And it's moving forward and everything. So when it's going to be a very unpredictable realization of something. It's not necessarily bad that it squares like that, but it does. It depends on who you are. You can get your chart done and see where does it affect you in your chart, and does it trigger, pardon me, does it trigger off your planets? See, it doesn't really trigger off any of my planets except for that Uranus right now is trining my Venus, and I'm experiencing something with my love life that is interesting. I don't know, right? It's not on solid ground. That's all I can say. That is that the person is trying to give me every single thing that I ask for and be every single thing possible. And it's a deep connection, but I still don't think it's on solid ground, and it's mainly because I'm not on solid ground. I mean, my life needs to change. I know it. See, I know that when it comes to these personal issues of other people in our lives and what we value between each other, what's working there. See, my main thing is communications, and when that's not happening, then you just don't have a projection of anything. You don't have what I mean is a project, or are you not working on things? Do you no interest? You're just ships passing in the night, as far as I'm concerned. Well, so anyway, that's my issue. Is that well, that's why God, I didn't want to talk about my love life. Just bottom line is that it's love, but it's not on solid ground. And I have to make sure that I'm stabilizing myself. I want my mental health most of all. First and foremost, I want my inner peace, right? And I've been trying to establish boundaries about that to try to like it's hard, anyway, God, this fucking video. So anyway, with this moon in Leo, just we are just plowing right along through the signs here, and it's going to square Uranus, which is an unpredictable thing that's going to reveal something that is quite out of the ordinary, or like revealing. That's all I have to say. It's just that's what the moon square to Uranus. Now it has to do with feminine quality issues. Now see that we have Mars in Cancer in ruled by the moon. It's a really good time to just meditate because a lot of people are going to be flying off the handle. I know that something happened with me that I keep um, it's like, okay, so I make mistakes too, but really I don't think it was a mistake if I was backed against the wall or something and I felt like I was being um, just, I want to break a pattern that I don't like, that seems to me that if it's broke, I can have more of a better mental status and also just all around stability. Because if it's a negative patterning that sets off your shadow, and triggers you off, for me, it's abandonment issues, and I don't really have that. If we can just talk about things, see another thing is that if there's no communication, that's a form of abandonment. It's actually hard to be around people that practice I don't know, Satanism. I don't know, babes. It's like, could you please fucking have an eye to eye and make a plan? I don't know. Thanks for listening, you guys. This is my one. See the water machine up here. It's been broke for like 2 or 3 weeks now, and it's like, okay, this is my last. And it's like I have a Brita filter, and it seems to taste good. I don't know. So I'm having to get back to it. See, I in my personal affairs with my love relationship, here we are talking about it. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way, this week that happens. I'm trying to maintain an unsolid ground as far as the love life thing. See, I don't want to get personally into it. The ideal would be to talk to talk to your lover, I guess. But see, okay, so Leo moons, in general, we're going to be looking at our romantic life and our children and the entertainment business. It comes up. Fifth house issues, which is your pride and joy. What brings you joy? A lot of times people love to go to the movies and stuff. See, that's Leo. Leo is very center oriented with, like, their satellites all around them. They are the big bright providers. They really are good providers of the zodiac. Very warm people. If you're on their good side, they're funny, fun, bubbly, positive. And with Moon in Leo, that gives it a different kind of tinge, because it's the moon there, and then we have Mars in the sign of the moon. See, we look at what's happening there. Venus, it's harmonious. Venus will trine the moon mildly there right before it goes directly full, and that is really good. That is like purification of our emotional lives, along with Venus there. Yeah, it's an opportunity to realign ourselves in relationship to how we take what we value in our lives, I guess. And that ultimately points at our ability to nurture ourselves with Mars over there, but really it's about a better quality of life, like through associating. That's what Pluto will keep pulling the strings on, especially for the Aries people, is, but in general, it's for everybody. Because it's in the 11th house. That's why we mention Aries or the 11th house. It's just the organism is going through the process of life here. It's never ending cycles, really, but it's it kind of loops back and does the same thing, but not really. It's not the same thing. It does a loop, but it's not the same thing every single time. Like, for instance, Venus is going retrograde, and the last time it did that was in Aries. Was in 2017. So you have to think about, particularly like your love life, I guess. What were you doing then, uh, prospecting over or whatever, as far as your associations and stuff like this. See, uh, what I'm having to go through, and I don't really want to talk about it much, but yeah, uh, just the big V issues, the vibes, value, and all of that's all kind of correlated, right? See, if you don't have a good self-esteem or sense of self-worth or confidence, then you're just not going to be making any money, right? Because, well, yeah, there's where I'm at. I hate to say, it's been a weird past few years, and I've been experiencing a lot of negativity and energies that are not my energies. I'm just like handling them, and other people in my life, close up, had to, and it's very well. I see it's on top of me needing help, and so I haven't really told my story about that, but there, I'm protecting some things. I'm trying to. I was just about to say silence myself. See, this is what the thing is about with Mars and Cancer, and I'm a Mars ruled person, so I'm going to tell you all. This is what time it is for us all, really, because it's the same for us all. That Mars is in Cancer, in the fourth house of the home and of feelings, and so this is a kind of a vigorous, aggressive time. It's like a nurturing time. I'm just trying to explain, and it's been very humbling for me because it's like, well, I don't have my full capacity energy. I know that I'm getting stronger. I love that I can feel that during this time. I've been supported. See, like I'm saying, my love life has somebody who has been giving me, um, trying to give me everything, right? And, uh, but there's a lot to, that I need to clear up. I mean, I feel, see, I'm apt to just blame myself that it's not coming together well, but that's not true. What the main thing is that there isn't enough communication. I have a big issue with the way that the communicating goes on, and of course, it doesn't exclude me. You know, I uh, I'm trying to heal for a while now. See, and it's really important that I maintain a stable mind, and that's what I've been doing. It's really difficult nowadays, right? A lot of people are just, it's difficult. So, but well, I don't have any support, and so I'm just doing it myself. And what happened recently, God, talking about this personal stuff, this full moon in Leo is going to be a very intense kind of a dramatic like revelation. Yeah, and it does have to do with Mars. It just seems to it roundabout way, because you know how that it the moon squares Uranus, which sets off this shaking thing about what? Well, it's in Taurus there, but see, that's Venus ruled Uranus, and when we look at Venus, which is right now it's Mars ruled, and it's a fiery Venus, and see, it's aggressive there. We have love that's going to really not back down. Yeah, love is going to proceed on in kind of being aggressive, and when it goes back and does this thing, see, this is in another week or something. See, but I'm just trying to stick to this coming week because it's Monday, and how are you doing? I'll probably put on another video on Wednesday, and I want to thank Kim Cass for the donation she made towards me. I'm extremely grateful, and I think I should mention it, because yeah, I would love to gather more donations, but I don't talk about why. Um, uh, well, besides for that, I don't have a job and I don't want to lose my home. um, it's bigger than that. I have to make a big change in my life. It's been happening already. I don't want to talk about it now, but I appreciate you guys that do donate, and it's not very many. I wish it was more. I think that the only way that I can get more is to start trying to counsel people about narcissism. See, what I'm going through, it's hard to tell. But no, I am right now in the middle having to look at it, see if you distance yourself away, and that's just exactly what I've been attempting to do, only so that I can sort out some things, and then see, unfortunately, I couldn't get that time. I was just um, so I think I'm experiencing the God, I didn't want to talk about this. Kim Cass knows what I might be going through. See, I'm experiencing such confusion. I know that I am not looking better after a while. I feel, but see, it's hard to tell. It's because, well, my life needs to change. But see, it's being sidetracked. I don't have like the right support that says, well, what exactly do you think the change needs to be? And I say, well, at this point now, I've been contemplating this for a long time now, that the change that I need to make in my life. It's not just happening overnight or like in 3 years. No, I had premonition about stuff about, well, I think it was more than 5 years ago, at least 5 years ago. And so far things have panned out to where it's looking like, yeah, that's the direction I need to go, like, the original vision. And then since then, some things has come up, but now I'm looking at an, just a huge bunch of options, as far as we all have that, right? Especially if we go solo and we don't have any, like, I'm gonna throw this lid, she loves this, any attachments, like people that sidetrack you from doing absolutely anything, and especially financial freedom. And I'm looking at financial freedom if I sell my home, right? And I'm looking around, and oh God, thanks for listening to this, you guys. I would rather see. I would rather have it that I fix it up with a committee of people, or some people hear me here, and somehow I don't know, other people get interested in my home project, because I have nobody, and that's why I get up here and talk. I would love to have somebody to talk with. I feel very sketchy about it right now. I won't be talking about my love life or anything until I know that what's like to finalize, to have closure or opening. I don't know, man. Um, it's possible to do a reset. It's possible. See, I know that whatever goes on, don't carry any hard feelings. I mean, feelings are hard, people, right? And um, God, this video. I'm sorry, you guys. See, this what could be coming up is with the Leo planets, with the Leo moon. Right, it's Valentine's Day, right? So we're talking about love, and men and women are coming up a lot. I made this one video. It seems, I think it's a profoundly interesting video, but it's like controversial, and it's like, oh God, okay, we're moving right along with the issues here. So thanks for listening, and thank you once again, Kim Cass, for the donations. It's very humbling. Um, I'm having to deal with something. I wish that I could convert it into something that I felt that was like, well, comfortable, well, stable. What I mean is, see, because communications is huge for me. And if it's not happening, I mean, for anybody, Dave, it's the weirdest thing. I mean, I'm experiencing something. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm experiencing. I'm not going to talk about it right now. It's only because I have feelings for this person, and they have a lot of feelings for me. And so, happy Valentine's Day. What I'm talking about is now. So then, what's the problem, Shauna? What is it? I know my story. I know the dynamic, and I know how that what I'm trying to do now is very remarkable, which is to reset the whole nature of the connection, the whole. And I've said pretty much everything I've needed to say. I've tried to keep an open book about everything forever from day one. It's been 3 or so years, and uh, I am so grateful for the experience. That's all I have to say, really. I don't hold any grudges right now about. I mean, not at any time. If you know, in Aries, we just kind of let it go. See, I make my mistakes. Um, Nobody wants to lose love. And okay, so, God, this fucking video. Are you at minute 27 with me? Okay, let's talk about it now. The trap that could happen with people that are manipulators, and they don't know how to just form a natural connection by just letting time tell, and mainly making the effort towards one another. If it's that, you know well, a lot of times you just find yourselves, it's not really an effort. See, effort, forcing a relationship, I'm not into it, not at all. See, and then to have an awkward circumstance as to something. See, now, when I'm beating around the bush here with you guys right in front of you, man, that's all I need. I need distance, and I need my own capability of sorting some things out, and I'm able to communicate. See, they don't communicate at all. It's a weird scene, and so, but I know that they're going through something really heavy duty, and we're trying to be there for each other. Fucking this video. Happy Valentine's Day. How's your relationship going? I hope it's not a situationship. Period. I hope I see the day that humanity changes over and they start learning how to take care of each other, so that nobody feels isolated in such a situationship. That it just kind of dissolves, and people just kind of go, huh, what kind of a possessiveness or whatever you think you can own each other like that about. Or it's more like this manipulation, getting, uh, see, yeah, see, a lot of you are here because you did see my narcissism video, and there's a reason why that the algorithms hit like that for social media. It's because there's two types of people here, and they want the one type that could go extinct if it does not start trying to make itself known by what? Well, they help each other here. And one of the ways you help each other is that you start talking about this thing that it's hard to talk about. I don't like the subject matter. It's boring. It's very boring because those people are boring. Narcissists are very predictable and therefore boring people. they catch you into their predictable patterning, which is it's sickening. It could be oh God, it could be violent if you think about a cookie cutter and what it does. It's just forcing everything into one pattern. And what if we don't want to do that? You see, I'm a fucking Aries rising, and I'm highly misunderstood as being a narcissist. It's like, no, we are aggressive, lots of energy, confident. I've been, there's a lot more than just one sign astrology and the sun and the moon and the rising. I have been enduring a Neptune oppose my Venus and then all this stuff going on over the past 5 years. It's been pretty gnarly, and like I said, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for every little experience. I love this person to death, really, but we can't really be together. I keep trying to tell them. I keep trying to just see. I will not have a half-assed relationship. See, having said that, I don't have a job. I don't talk about a half-ass, right? But no, no. If I have this home, it takes nothing for me to just get by, right? And I'm in debt, but it's nowhere near what I fucking hear people are in debt. It's like the average American is over $45,000 in debt, like annually. I guess it's just something that happens to them, and it's like, oh man, I wish I could make this thing work for me. But see, I understand how the economy and how everybody thinks, and it's just, well, I think that they should be reprogrammed. I think something should happen, but um, see, if I did better content, if I shared more, if see, I can share with you that I've shared with you a lot here about how I think that women have a profound responsibility. First of all, don't have so many children. Just don't do it. Do not breed with somebody who is non-human. Don't breed with that narcissist until you can fucking have a conversation with them. That it's not a situationship. Oh my God, this fucking video. See, now we're getting into that sun-ruled moon, which is Uranus. See, we have a Uranus sun, ruled sun, and a sun-ruled moon. So I think that's called mutual reception or something, but it's square to Uranus. And that is heart issues, and it has to do with men or women because of the Venus uh, and love, our romance, and but in a roundabout way, like I said, because of the Mars being in the moon ruled sign, it's an issue of men and women right now. Men, I think I tried to tell you the story here, but mankind, men as well as women, they are very much in trouble. Men are tired, but they keep going. They are all running. They have to run because their minds won't let them stop. See, the thing is, as a woman, has a profound responsibility to not let that happen. But is she there to help the populace with that? No, no. There's the world over there that's a trapeze for that kind of disease that goes on, which is just that one side of the organism, which is the man, that is prone to narcissism. They're prone to being fully encapsulated minds, so they start just running to that mind. And that's the root problem of all problems, is the mind itself. That's Buddhism in a handbasket. To talk about it is what I mean. Buddhism talks about the root problems of all problems, this suffering that goes on and on. That's unnecessary. It's not the right suffering. It's the suffering that happens that when you cater to the mind. And see, when you get rid of the alive women, the ones that are alive and well, who will contend with the mind, which is going to be approaching them. They have an idealized version of whatever, and it's like, babe, there's the real thing, and then there's your idealized version. And there's where I said idealized version, not virgin. And there's, but the V is important. Okay, so, but see, there's where we come back to it just doesn't matter. You know, he can be over here scuba diving and climbing a volcano, and she's flying a balloon and riding horses, and he's doing masonry and building a chimney, and she's doing carpentry, and they can all do that. But once they get together to hook up, this is where all of this intelligence, quality control, like concern, are you doing it right? Because what if we have children out of it and you didn't even care, and now you think we're going to have children out of this place of sex where you're not even paying attention? No, man, because what if the kids ask, how did I get here? Well, first of all, your dad didn't pay attention or whatever. Your mom couldn't feel a fucking thing, right? You'll be surprised, right? How that people are born into these situations where the mother and the father talk about each other in such a weird way. And it's supposed to be humorous, but the kids are just getting affected, and they begin to realize, well, my friends parents don't talk to each other that way. Uh, narcissists, just toxic relationships, their situationships, they tend to have a funky fucking vibration, right? And the way that they don't communicate at all, or if they do, many different styles there, but it's all very, very like disturbing. You know, I can talk about it because you observe it all around you. You know, by this time you're sticking to yourself right about now, because that's what Mars is calling for. Mars is saying, shoot, man, we need to just kind of, we've done a lot of work as far as the Mars people. We try to stand up for everybody, even though they can't, right? They don't even know what they're standing up for. The Aries type is going to definitely be chit chatty. They're going to talk about it. They say something. They're like, ah, and of course, you know, we're ba the Babylon, right? Ba. Sorry. Anyway, hey, have a good week, you guys. I will try to make them more fresh like this. I took a video down that I put it on. I don't know. I'm going to edit it later. I don't know. I realize that I'm going through something. And see, I haven't always, not all my life, been like so irate, irritable, angry, right? I kind of pressed record and made like 2,000 videos, or when I was going through such a hard time, and I just did it. And I'm not out of the woods. Nobody is. It's not going to get any easier. It hasn't gotten any easier. Oh my God, I sure haven't I'm not looking any better. I feel, there's a lot of confusion that I'm experiencing, but I have my bearings straight. I do. Uh, I keep talking to myself about it. I don't really have anybody else to talk to. Why aren't I talking to other people about it? It's my love life. First of all, it's not anybody's business. So I enjoy um, and cherish what's good about it. See, I describe now, I can tell you basically, and this is the truth about all relationships. I'm pretty sure needs to be known. If anything, babes, you have to know that there's a dynamic happening. There's a cure to narcissism, and that is love. That is being exposed to an enlightened person. If that person is not like totally handicapped, like brain damage, then there's a cure for them. There's a cure. Yeah. It happens through their relationships. I'm here to tell you. See, I have a lot of Libra, and I don't indicate it much at all, not on my Facebook, but I that's the very thing I would value, really, the quality of the relating that we're doing. I'm really getting down to, like, really, I live in this small town, and I've always kept my money in a place where I can just like the stuff there, but you know how it gets more and more commercial. But a unique life. I would love to share more about it, but When you're in a stressful situation, I'm experiencing a lot of stress, you tend to shut down. You're not as creative, unfortunately, because that's the time when you need to be more and more creative and more. See, I'm doing that by just communicating. My spirit guides or whatever that says, no, if you want to benefit and receive your blessings, as if there's any good in you, you must communicate. And see, in other words, you see how I reduced down my videos to just 2 videos a week. It's because I'm having a harder and harder time getting into the details of anything, because I'm experiencing a lot of stress. It's like I've been constantly fighting, and I don't know why I have to feel that way. See, here's the thing: is that again, if the person doesn't communicate to you, if you're not communicating, if it's one-sided, if you keep feeling like that you just can't be heard, fuck, man, you're gonna get exhausted. Because most likely you're using more words now just to try to, yeah, that codependent thing where I think I described it. Yeah, they make you codependent just by communications alone. It can happen through that, where you're just happy to talk to somebody, but they don't talk. So, but it can start out like, no, it's just simple. The vampire, I don't know, whatever we're talking about when we talk about narcissist babes, it's people that don't have a core energetic fusion happening. They don't generate from the inside out. They are, so when it's illusory, they're not really giving. They're taking when they are doing something externally that it seems like they're putting out. No, they're actually taking in. It's weird. See, otherwise you have people that actually are. See, they're able to put out because they've taken in something, which is the truth. Really, it's just different. Thanks for listening to this. I'm getting burnt out. I thank God though for what little I'm getting from other areas that understand that how it can happen. Now I hear these stories that now see I'm not that far deep. I don't want to lose my stuff. See, I can see how that's where I'm just putting my foot down right now. It's a big test, and um, I don't see anybody passing the test until I get a job, and that and then somebody else learns how to communicate. So there's 2 things. I need to get my own income, but that's not really where I'm at. See, where I'm really at is I need to meet some community, good people. Maybe it gets me a few breadcrumbs, but maybe, yeah, it has to do with this home. And I want to get help. It doesn't mean that I'm going to get it from the community that I live in here. I live in a small town in the mountains, and it's gone weird. There's a reason why that I'm experiencing what I am, and I don't want to reach into the ecology and experience it anymore. And so that's why I'm reaching out here. And the love in my life, they are offering a lot. But okay, so I try to be practical with them. I try to look into it, how I feel about it in general is an unnatural connection, and so I'm trying to reset it into a natural connection, which is, get this, I've been talking to them like this. I say, okay, so, but will you try to be my friend now? Will you be a friend? And I swear I'm like struggling with this. It's like, well, what do you mean, Shauna? What's the problem? Why don't you feel like this person that is giving you just about everything that you ask and need? The big thing is, babes, and I think you know this, is that my needs are wrapped up into it. Big time. Like, say, okay, so I only have like 3 weeks left of wood, and we're heading into the coldest part of winter, which could be March. And this person has been bringing me wood because they live on a place in a place, and I don't really want to talk about this personally because I'm not. See, it sounds like that. Oh, I'm just. I see. They've made me dependent on them like big time. Now, was it them that made me dependent, or was it my need that I just fell and now I have to depend on somebody? See, this is where I'm struggling with something about this now. It's a personal subject matter. If I can't heal it through communications, then okay, so then the intimate part that started is in trouble. That's what. Okay, goddamn this fucking. See, this person might know full well the trap or what I don't know, but they should become aware. And how did I keep struggling with it? It's heartbreaking because you want to believe that something can grow there, but you're looping into something that is actually taking your life away. What I mean is, okay, so I think it's odd that I have to say anything about what's needed if when a person comes around, they can look and they can see what's needed and then they can follow through and just bring it. See, I knew men to be this way in the past with me. One of my friends for 14 years um, used to be that way. I remember I didn't have to worry about my car breaking down because, oh my God, if it was anything, he would just tear right into it and fucking fix it. Even if it was like impossible to fix, like somebody would say, no, you got to junk this car now. No, he would fucking go build a little piece and then make the transmission work and other things. Like I never had to get wood or even say, hey, I need wood. He just would have it here. The whole time that I was with that person up here, that it just filled in. He was a Leo rising, and we got along really well in a specific area, right? We were good lovers together, and that's important to me. The physical part is very important to me. I'm a Mars ruled person, Aries rising, so but see, my point is to see, okay, well, somebody else was like that with me too. This person was much older than me, and they liked that I played music, and they helped me with a lot of getting some stuff done that I did. I'm well accomplished, but it's on tapes now, and if I wanted to get into it again, I'd have to redo it all. But no, I know what it takes. I got you just talk about doing things over and over again. That's what you do when you play music. Is you just get into a mantra and you play a song 30,000 times and several songs like that, and do it again, maybe. I don't know. It's just a shame that it all went on cassette tapes and I wasn't able, nobody is really helping me otherwise see that this one person, he did like me a lot. Happy Valentine's Day, babes. I'm talking about Valentine's Day shit, I guess. I could tell, right? Of course, he would like to get physical with me any day, and it's like I just laugh at him like, oh, whatever, thanks, dude. And see, we had a platonic relationship, I guess you could call it. I mean, he liked the way I see. We used to talk for hours, and he helped me out with so much stuff here. Never did I have to ask; he just knew. And he was one too that he used to just bring wood and drop it, and then come. And I used to. He would help me with some things with my studio. See, this is the kind of friend that I'm thinking. I'm like, well, can you just be a friend of mine? And it's not hard, really. I mean, like, okay, so it's not, I don't want you to get all intricate and make me a specific microphone and a specific amplifier for my specific guitar. And no, it doesn't have to be like that. Do you notice I own a house here? And do you notice I own a car here? Or do you notice I might need new shoes? I don't know. See, the thing is, though, see, it's like that reciprocation thing, man. Oh my God. I can't. I had to drop everything. I just think, you know what? There's something. off, and whenever I just can't be kept stagnant. It's coming to where I would like to get out, and it's just time. And see, the thing is, okay, now, god damn this video, you guys, what am I gonna do? I need somebody to talk to. I just hope that through your full moon that you can stay away from the chaos, the drama that can unfold with people. I hope to God that you have practiced enough meditation. See, I feel the world, how it's getting, just by what has happened with where I'm at, Idlewild. How just in the past 3 years, see, in the past 3 years, well, in just the past 2 years, there's this dog that barks. It is like from a fucking Twilight Zone movie. First of all, why doesn't anybody else hear that dog barking? And what is the owner? See, I don't even think the city has this kind of thing. This is really, it's berserk. It's fucking profuse, and the way that it affects me, I can't explain it. Talk about coming from the inside out. It's like, what is this thing? Like today, with Venus and Aries, I was listening to it, and I was like, so Shauna, are you just going to go over there and start talking to those people and let it unfold? Like, let whatever you need to say unfold. It's just, I don't know what changed, or why it changed, that people allow that to happen. Now, the only thing I can think of is that there's these sound canceling earmuffs that my neighbor tried to give me, and I took offense to it. No, they did. They actually built a fucking 9-foot fence later on. It's like, these people just wanted to. Can you give me an apple in my mouth and stick a cork up my ass and just maybe, I don't know, fry me up later? I just want me to fucking to shut down, man. I noticed that they practice ignorance over there, and I'm like, fuck. Okay, I can't rely on you for sweat when it's a fucking 150,000 degrees and we actually need the moisture. Not because we need the moisture, but are you a human being? We can't fucking rely on that at any time. And see, I know that if I wasn't dealing with this one entity who is kind of just like they have their agenda or something with me, and I'm saying, well, stop, no, and can you get rid of the baggage and stuff? See, the energy that they come with from from their life, that it's like, I keep, okay, so is this the same video? We like each other, we love each other. Um, as far as I know, I don't know. I'm still waiting for more time to be spent. Um, it's going slow. See, this is the other thing that I'd like to communicate is, it's okay. So do you realize that you don't carry on with the relationship fragmented to the point where, you see, I'm looking at it, it's like, well, maybe you don't really communicate, so maybe that's the way it is. No, see, I see something going on. See, this is the way it is that you go, it takes 2.5 years to know if you have a lifelong partner, like a partner there for whatever you think. Really, the lifelong partner comes to mind, okay? It takes 2.5 years to know if you have a friend there, and then another 2.5 years to know if you have somebody to live with as a partner in marriage. That's what's been studied over 200 years or so. That's just the way it is. There's some exceptions to the rule that it's only when the process of getting to know somebody speeds up, and it could be through traumatic experiences. Now, I'm not talking about taking somebody over just because they had a need or something. I'm talking about like an external something, and it brings you together. Now, either that, see, there's just that you find yourself there. This is the friend part. You don't choose this, by the way, narcissist. You don't choose your friends. This is what's funny. Well, you choose to let them in more and actually just let it go. It's not really a choice. We find ourselves running together now with a beer in our hand. No, really, you should have a project in between you. You guys play music? What is it? At least like you find yourself at the the cooler at a certain time. It's like, isn't it weird? At a certain time, we find ourselves drinking water, and so at least between you guys, you like fucking uh clean water. But it's more than that, right? You work in the same building. Hi, oh, you work in the same building, huh? Right? So then you can try to get together more as friends, right? Well, what are you doing later on? And then you do that as much as possible for 2.5 years. And it should be kind of an effortless thing. You find, like I was talking about, like, I can't believe I'm describing this. This is what narcissists need to hear. It's like, well, it could be, it's weird. You could be the oddest kind of couple. You can just, because you end up talking for hours. You can spend hours talking, and you do share the same, because you share the same interests. And so then that goes on for 2.5 years. But then you just notice that you kind of really like this person even more, and you're wondering if they're thinking about the same thing. So then, happy Valentine's Day, by the way. This is how it works. So then you kind of have a mutual, like, you kind of touch each other. You start feeling like, oh gosh, it is electrical. We are definitely catching on fire now, or what, and then, so then with that, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. If it's true love, it's wonderful. You're going into it, you notice more and more that they're there and they take care, right? I'll just go in general, that they are satisfying something in you that you just find yourself, oh, you just want to go there more and more. After 2.5 years, see, you know that you're going to be going for a while. If it continues that you continue to enthrall each other about who each other is, you keep finding that you're there with each other, you can meet up and level with each other, work with each other. So we have, see, narcissists don't know that working together or getting along stuff. It's weird. It's like, and so, but that's why they get married. They like force something on. I don't know. Like, you're getting a deal too. That's about it. I don't know. Right? Is there like instead of, you have the married couples deal? I don't know. So then, okay, so now, not always do you get along. Not always is it really a friend there. See, what happens is there's the 2.5 year or three, really the 3 years is it. After that, you'll know if you have a friend there or a lover. Um, See, so what happens is that you can get intimate with the person, and it doesn't always work out. See, you can go a year and a half in, and you start seeing red flags through that time. You're like, see, this is what I think I'm noticing here, but no, I know my situation and I know their situation, and I'm like looking at it, and so I'm asking to take a break. I'm saying, can I remove myself from this because I want to restore me. I want me. See, this is another thing. Does your narcissist, do you find that you're talking about yourself and they just start yawning and fucking and rolling their eyes? They don't have time for you? And then how about this other thing is, oh, when you start sticking up for yourself, when you start saying, no, this is actually feeling like manipulation, or blah, 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 or something, they get all bummed out and they punish you, right? And now, see what I'm up against? Hello, minute 59, fucking A. See, I don't know, they have all kinds of insecurities about this, and I'm saying, I'm not going anywhere, babes, but I need to take a break, and I can't. Not see, I've been trying to put my body together since I've been in starvation. I am ready a long time ago, but this is such a weird fucking thing. I swear to God, if I sound this fucking confused, is there a problem? I used to take jobs when they came to me. Not a job was too fucking big for me because I would just go call a guy. See, my guy, he used to cut trees with me. I was talking about this guy that I knew for 14 years. We were really good friends. What happened with him? See, it just became time. I kept looking. I was like, God, this fucking shit that's going on with me. See, I was always the one, though. See, I'm the one paying the bills. I didn't mind it, though. I love this person. See, and we weren't free of problems. I don't know. See, when you hear a narcissist talk about their relationships, like right away, you can hear them that they can't find anything good to say. It's alarming. Because yeah, you think, well, this is me next. You don't know how to see anything good in them, and you think that it's just a big fucking drag. God have mercy, you guys. Please help me. We need to help each other. We get out of this system. Okay, so I claim that it it gives us the illusion of privacy, especially in our financing. If it was socialized and we operated on the contribution method, like the benevolence of Nicholas Tesla says, he says, no, when you're happy and you're living right, you're doing a lifestyle that naturally you're up and at 'em, and whatever you do for your life, you're contributing back to it. See, he says you either do that, which at that point, you don't take breaks. You don't have a weekend. This is your life. And I didn't just say, oh, you're enslaved, man. It's just a fucking lifelong. No, you are having fun. You're being creative. And what comes out of it? Look what comes out of it for Tesla. For me, what comes out of it would be music. Or I was thinking about cooking just today. I was thinking about, boy, I can actually do a lot of things. I'm very talented. Just find out what you're good at it and do it. I've done it, and I'm ready to do it now. See, the thing is over the last 3 years or so, I've experienced going down for the count. And I threw the towel in. I said, fuck, I can't buy my food with money. I had to get government service. See, this is what happened this month. And I claim it's because I'm distracted by this fucking association that doesn't know how much they suck the confidence right out of me. How? Why? Because when I try to talk, they don't listen. And it has it's pretty intense energy, and it's like, oh, I don't, hi, I'm, trying to be there for it, accommodate, when it comes. It's the only thing in my life coming here. God damn this fucking conversation. Happy fucking Valentine's Day. Fucking people probably cheating too. Oh, well, she's not available now. I'm just going to go over here. And they take advantage of it, see, that I know how to detach. And they're like, oh, I love that person because 3 days here, 3 days there, and they can easily have somebody else. Fuck it.